Hello, and welcome to a very quick secondhand unboxing, courtesy of eBay. Can't even stand up sideways because it's kind of an odd-shaped box. But this, my friends, is the Crook Factory by Dan Simmons. Not only is it a copy of the Crook Factory by Dan Simmons, it's a signed copy. And not only is it a signed copy, it's an Easton Press copy. So we have an Easton Press Dan Simmons signed book unboxing, which I am all for. I love me some, Dan Simmons has kind of gotten controversial in recent years with some of his opinions on social media. But his old books, this is from 99, I believe. His older titles, particularly the Hyperion Cantos, or Carrion Comfort, or the Song of Kali, are absolutely phenomenal. And so, this opportunity arose to buy a copy of the Crook Factory, the Easton Press edition, which was published in 99. It is a signed first edition of the Crook Factory, which was significantly cheaper than most Easton Press titles can be. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm buying that. I do actually have a signed hardcover edition already, not Easton Press. And I do have, I believe it was The Rise of Endymion, that the masterpieces of science fiction had done back in the 90s, and I have a copy of that. But other than that, I'm always thrilled to add Dan Simmons' title to the collection, especially if it's a nice fancy one like this. Easton Press, if you've gotten one, you've gotten them all. They all feature a genuine leather binding, gilded page edges there, 22 karat gilt, spine hubs there, a ribbon marker, a nice same kind of end papers in each one of them, like that. But the signed first editions come with two signatures. You get the signed and numbered copy there, which is 872, Dan Simmons, out of 1,050. You get a nice little, this is signed first editions of science fiction, a note on the story itself. And you get a certificate of authenticity, which is also signed by the author and someone close to them. In this case, Karen Simmons. I have a Dan Simmons, and now I have a Karen Simmons autograph, which is very cool. But Easton Press, they kind of follow the same format, but I like that format. Prices have gone up with Easton Press, which I haven't purchased any in a while because of that. But, they have some great deals. They also have a nice little frontispiece here. So the Crook Factory deals with, based on true events, true situations, namely that Ernest Hemingway set up a counter-espionage group called the Crook Factory in Cuba. Oh, we got little historical pieces of inserts there. And so the story of the Crook Factory says, okay, what if we wrote something about Hemingway's Crook Factory, which includes it being, instead of an amateurish kind of ragtag group of counter spies, it ends up being something at the interest of the FBI and the Germans and the Russians and everybody. It's at the interest of everybody. So this is not the first time that, this was 99, so it predates the ones I'm about to talk about, but Simmons likes to include historical fact into his fiction. Drood by Dan Simmons is based on the story of Edwin Drood, which was the unfinished final novel of Charles Dickens, told from the point of view of Wilkie Collins. The Terror is about the HMS Terror, which was a real ship that, while searching for, was it the North Pole? Searching the Arctic, or was it searching the Antarctic? I cannot recall. It became trapped in the ice, and it's a fictional account of what may have happened. Those ones both feature kind of supernatural subtext. This one does not, but it's really cool to get, it's historical fiction, if you will, but it's Dan Simmons fiction that's based on history. Hyperion Cantos is phenomenal. By all means, please check out Hyperion by Dan Simmons. You will love it. If you like science fiction, you will love it. Even if you don't like science fiction, even if you just want to read something that's loosely based on Chaucer's Canterbury Tales, which is not a great selling point for the average reader, but I'm telling you, it works. Go read Hyperion. If you want incredible horror, the Book of Kali is phenomenal. Earthling Publications did an edition. I think it was the 25th anniversary for that. It's superb. A lot of Dan Simmons out there to be had. His more recent novels, I mean, he hasn't actually published a novel in some years. He's been working on a science fiction one for years, but it might not see the light of day. We shall see. His more recent novels aren't as popular, but if you find yourself a Dan Simmons novel from the late 80s through the 90s, oh my God, it is top notch. Summer of Night is another really good one. I'm just rambling off Dan Simmons titles now. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you watched this far, very excited to add another Easton Press title for cheap to my collection, especially when it's signed by Dan Simmons. And we will see you around next time.